Hello, my name is Christopher Harper. Something unique about me is that I love gardening. I never quite thought that I would enjoy gardening, but there is something about taking care of a specific area by giving it love, passion, and a little bit of water that can truly change one's heart. It all started when I bought my first house. There was already a few planter boxes outside, so naturally, I thought, why not? See if I can grow something here. After I got started growing seeds in this one area, I quickly decided that I wanted to grow more plants in the areas around my house. In order to grow more plants, I had to start turning my yard into a better growing area. I started by digging up grassy and weeded over areas and churning over the dirt so that the seeds could have a nice loose soil to grow in. Next, I had to go to the store and buy quality soil to put the dirt in, and I had to go and buy quality soil to put into the dirt and pick out the right seeds that I wanted to plant. One of the hardest parts about gardening for me is deciding what I actually want to grow. There are so many different kinds of seeds that you could plant. You have vegetable seeds, flower seeds, fruit seeds, bush seeds, and with each category you have so many options to pick from. I started out by using vegetable seeds and chose cucumbers, zucchinis, carrots, radishes, and snap peas seeds and planted them in my garden. From there I made an information chart so that I could visually see what I wanted to plant each type of seed and where it should go and when it would be ready to harvest. What I didn't realize when I started my gardening is that I would need to do research on each crop that I was growing. Through this research, I found that there is a plant thinning and plant crop removal that is needed to be done during the growing process, so the rest of the plant had enough room to grow into its full potential. For me, this process was kind of sad, because it seemed as if I was just killing some of my plants for no reason. After I started harvesting my first crop, the radishes, I truly started to understand why thinning was important. Without thinning, plants use the same energy to grow and end up being smaller in size and physically deformed. As some of the other plants started to grow, the upkeep of its own growth and the weeds around the crops kept me very busy. As each started producing their own fruits, I quickly realized that I had way too many to keep in my refrigerator. From this, I had to do more research and find out what to do. With the cucumbers, I went out and bought mason jars and started cutting them up so that I can make pickle chips with them. This process was very fun and allowed me to keep more of my fruits of my labor and allowed for me to eat them at a slower rate. With the other crops that I had an abundance of, I started giving them away to friends and family, as they were also excited to hear about my good fortune in growing, and happy to also be reaping the rewards of freshly grown produce. As the growing season rolled on, I had to continuously tend to my already growing garden and make more areas in my yard suitable for more plants, as I was very addicted to growing at this point. I decided I wanted to grow pumpkins in another area around my house and prepared part of my land for this to happen. As the pumpkin process began, I noticed a few issues that I had not seen before. The pumpkin leaves started developing a white powdery substance on them and eventually took over the pumpkin patch from stem to leaf. It ended up being powdery mildew, which is a fungal disease brought on by plants not getting enough airflow and staying wet for too long after the watering process. As I noticed this happening, I had to do more research and find a way to cure this plant disease. I found some plant gear and used it religiously to try and save my patch. Unfortunately, at this point, the disease has taken too much control and I cannot recover it with a simple plant cure. I only received 2 small pumpkins from this patch and was very saddened at how fast this growing experience went from good to bad. In conclusion, gardening may have its ups and downs, but taking care of plants that I loved growing and enjoying the fruits of my labor are all worth it. Thank you very much.